The pandemic has been challenging for everyone, but there is a group who have been without question hit very hard.
Very, very challenging.
It's just a different time. It's a different time.
In mid-March, suddenly the kibosh was on everything.
Local entertainers who make a living giving live performances have been devastated by the mandates against gatherings and the fears about the coronavirus.
I'm breathing mask card in my teeth. Are you ready?
David Farr is a professional magician. He's been doing it all his life, and he's good at it. Normally, there are a lot of grad parties, corporate events, and private parties. But with the call for social distancing and limiting even small gatherings, David has seen business plummet.
Normally at this time, the last few months, I would have normally had about probably 40 events that I would have done, and so far in the last few months I've had 2 live events. So it's been obviously a drastic reduction in revenue for what we normally would have at this time of year.
Todd Anderson is the man of 1,000 voices, Elvis being his biggest draw. He normally plays senior living complexes, RV parks, and does smaller, intimate shows. He's down to
Less than half of the income that I normally make at this time of year.
Mick Sterling is used to playing in front of even bigger audiences across the Midwest.
I would say it's probably 70% less, between 60 and 70.
Necessity is the mother of invention. Entertainers as well as venues have had to adapt. Creativity and improvisation have been keys to garnering what business is left to be had.
I have a sound system that is actually portable, and I can hook up a power inverter to a battery and power my speakers. Since then, I've added the FM transmitter. They can stay in their room or in the building with the FM stereo tuned to my station.
Home studios are innovative, but virtual shows aren't the same thing as in-person entertainment. Crooners and Fridley stays in business presenting live entertainment. They're one of the lucky ones. With a parking lot they can turn into an outdoor concert venue, parking patrons much like a drive-in movie.
Many of the venues I perform at, for example, Bachelor Farmer is a restaurant in downtown Minneapolis in the North Loop, and last year alone I had 5 events there, 5 rather large corporate events, big paying events. They're now out of business permanently.
I think there's a lot of venues in Minneapolis that want to stay open, and their heart is there and their passion is there, and they've been, for decades providing this great thing, but math is math.
For now, when you ask how long this will go on, the Magic 8 Ball says, ask again later.
Things are starting to open up a little bit now. Whether that translates to, the September, October, November, December, we're kind of still obviously in the future. We'll see.
Whether or not some entertainers can survive and just what venues will be left to come back to is unknown.
But it's not going to be the same year that I was, along with everybody else, that they were thinking they had.
Neil Persley, CCX News.